Financing the future. We're not just talking about buying a house today, we're talking about financing your future. Homeownership is the single most powerful wealth building tool available to the average person. For too long, you viewed a home as simply a place to live, a monthly expense, and like any other. But the perspective is fundamentally flawed. We need to shift our thinking to seeing a home as a cornerstone asset, the foundation upon which true financial security is built. This is where you transition from being a consumer of housing to an owner of an asset. Over the next 10 minutes, I want to show you exactly how this works, how the mechanics of real estate turn a monthly payment into generational wealth. We'll cover the math, the benefits, and the legacy you can create. Let's get started on this journey to financial freedom. Welcome, everyone. I'm Rauland Libby, and I'm not just a realtor. I'm a wealth strategist who happens to specialize in real estate. The goal of this video is simple: to change your relationship with money by changing your relationship with housing. Many people feel trapped in the rent cycle, watching their monthly payments enrich their landlords instead of themselves. We're here to break that cycle. I want to equip you with the savvy, the knowledge, and the confidence to make the important financial decisions of your life. Think of me as your trusted financial advisor for the next 10 minutes. We are going to unpack the mechanics of how a mortgage payment becomes a forced savings plan. Let's start by looking at the hard numbers and the critical choice facing you, many of you. This is where the financial perspective really matters. The rent versus buy decision is not about comparing two equal monthly costs. It's about comparing an expense against your investment. When you rent, 100% of your payment is an expense that disappears forever. It generates zero return for you. When you buy, a significant portion of that monthly payment is directed towards principal, building your equity. That is money you get back later, and while your rent payment is guaranteed to increase every year, your fixed mortgage payment remains stable, locked in your cost of living for decades. The math clearly shows that renting is a short-term solution, but buying is a long-term wealth strategy. This difference is entirely driven by the concept of equity, which is what we'll dive into next. Equity is the engine of wealth creation in real estate. It is your personal, high-performing savings account. Simply put, equity is the difference between what your home is worth and what you still owe on your mortgage. You build equity in two powerful ways. First, through appreciation, which is the natural increase of your home's value over time. Second, and more importantly, you build equity every single month as you pay down your mortgage principal. Think of it this way: every time you make a payment, you're transferring money from your bank's column to your column. This is forced savings at its best, and it's a discipline that most people struggle to maintain on their own. This growing equity is the asset you can later borrow against for college tuition or a new business, or that you eventually pass on to your family. But the financial benefits don't stop there. The government actually rewards you for building this wealth. The government provides powerful incentives to encourage homeownership, and these benefits are a significant part of the wealth equation. The two biggest benefits are the ability to deduct your mortgage interest and your property taxes. This deduction effectively lowers your taxable income, putting more money back into your pocket every year. It's a direct subsidy that makes the cost of owning less than the sticker price suggests. Consult your tax professional, but for many homeowners, these deductions can be substantial, especially in the early years of the loan when you pay the most interest. This is the money you save that you can then reinvest to use to further down your principal. So you're building equity, you're building a tax break. It's a win-win scenario. That's dramatically improves your overall financial position. We've talked about the tax advantages, but here's a financial concept that truly sets home ownership apart: stabilizing your cost. When you rent, your landlord controls your financial future. Every year, your rent can and usually does increase, meaning your largest monthly expense is a moving target. But when you own a home and secure a fixed rate mortgage, you lock in the principal and interest portion of your housing payment for 15, possibly 30 years. This is a massive financial advantage. Think about it. Your housing cost is essentially fixed, while your income and cost of everything else in the economy continue to rise. This stability is the bedrock of long-term financial planning. It allows you to budget with confidence, save more effectively, and invest in other areas of your life. You're building a fortress against inflation. This cost control is a powerful mechanism, but it's only one piece of the wealth building puzzle. The next piece is about how your home actually makes you money. This is where the real magic of real estate truly begins, the power of appreciation. Appreciation is simple, the increase in your home's value over time, and it's a fundamental engine of wealth creation. Historically, real estate has been one of the most reliable long-term investments, consistently outpacing inflation. You don't have to do anything but live in your home, and its value tends to climb. This isn't just a theoretical gain, it's real equity you can eventually tap into. And remember, this appreciation is happening on the entire value of the home, not just the money you put down. So while you're enjoying the stability of your fixed payment, the market is quietly increasing the value of your largest investment. This is a powerful 1-2 punch, but we haven't even discussed the most powerful financial tool yet. Homeownership gives you leverage. If appreciation is the magic, then leverage is the superpower that makes it possible. Leverage is the ability to control a large asset like a home with a relatively small amount of your own money, like a 5% or a 10% down payment. Think about it. You put down $20,000, but you control a $400,000 asset. This means you get to capture the appreciation on the full $400,000, not just your $20,000 investment. If your home appreciates by just 5% in a year, that's a $20,000 gain. You've essentially doubled your initial investment in 1 year thanks to the bank lending you the rest of the money. That's an incredible return on investment that few other assets can match. This is how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth. It's the engine that converts a monthly payment into a massive future asset, which is the ultimate goal of a retirement plan. We've talked about building wealth. Now let's look at the long game. Your home isn't just a place to live, it's a pillar of your retirement security. Think about the financial freedom you gain when you eliminate your largest monthly expense. That's the power of paying off your mortgage. When you reach retirement age, having a paid off home means your monthly cash flow requirements drop dramatically. This significantly reduces the pressure on your investment portfolio and your Social Security income. It acts as a massive inflation hedge because your housing costs are fixed and eventually disappear while rents continue to climb. And here's why this matters. Your home equity can be a crucial safety net as a source of funds later in life. Whether through a reverse mortgage or by downsizing, it's a tangible asset that you control, providing stability that few other investments can match. So while your 401k is important, don't underestimate the financial weight of a fully owned home in your retirement plan. This foundation of security allows you to shift your focus from survival to truly enjoying your later years. But the impact of homeownership extends beyond your own lifetime. The concept of wealth is incomplete without talking about legacy. Homeownership is one of the most powerful and accessible ways for everyday families to build and transfer generational wealth. When you buy a home, you are creating an asset that can be passed down, often tax-free, to your children or grandchildren. This single act can fundamentally change their financial trajectory. Imagine giving the next generation a head start, a down payment, or even a fully paid off property. That's a massive advantage that frees them from the cycle of renting and allows them to build their own financial future faster. It's not just about the money. It's about establishing a tradition of ownership and financial savvy within your family. You are setting a new standard. This is the ultimate expression of financial planning, ensuring your hard work benefits those you care about most. It's the final, most profound benefit of seeing your home as an investment, not just an expense. We've covered a lot of ground today, from building equity to leaving a legacy. Now let's address your specific questions. We've reached the end of the video, and I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope I've successfully shifted your perspective from viewing a home as just a shelter to seeing it as the cornerstone of your financial future. Remember, wealth is built on a foundation of smart decisions, and buying a home is one of the biggest and best you can make. My team and I are here to help you navigate the market and make that vision a reality. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, leave your comments below, and we'll see you next time.